Hi, and welcome to Chapter 5. In this, we're going to use Access Data's Forensic Toolkit to analyze a basic case. So you want to launch FTK. When you get to the Startup, select Start a New Case and click OK. Then you'll get to the New Case window. Type in your name as the investigator. I'm just going to use Joe Friday. Then you'll put in the case number, which again, it would be a good idea to simply use the current date and then an underscore and whatever case number of the day that it happens to be. You'll put in your case name. In this instance, we'll put in InChap05. I'm going to go out and browse and make sure that I'm on the correct work folder and click OK. Notice that the case folder will be in C:\work and then InChap05. Access Data will automatically generate that folder for you. Then click Next. You can fill in the information for your agency or company along with your name, address, phone number, and email. Go to the Case Log Options dialog box, accept all of the defaults, and click Next. Then we'll get to the evidence processing options. Leave all of the defaults. Keep in mind that generating the SHA-1 hash values will take a bit more time, so if you're in a hurry, you might consider deselecting that. You don't need the HTML file listing. Data carving is something you can do later, so we don't want that selected as it will add significant amount of time to the processing. And you can also generate the registry reports later. Go ahead and click Next. Accept the defaults on the refine case. And then on refining the index, also accept the defaults. We are now ready to add the evidence. So click on the Add Evidence button. We're going to be adding the acquired image of a drive. Go ahead and click Continue. You'll be out on your hard drive where you've already expanded the drive image from the zip file. So I'll get the InChap.001 and click Open. You can add in your evidence ID number. Then you need to go and select the time zone. I'm selecting the Pacific time zone, and then click OK. Go ahead and click Next, and then you can click Finish. So it will actually index the drive and go through either the master file table or the FAT and get the related information. Notice that under evidence items we only have one. You can add multiple items such as multiple hard drives or thumb drive images to a case. We have a total of 143 files. Notice you have your file status and your file categories, so you can scroll through and look at various items. We can go to the Explore tab, click on List All Descendants, and then you can easily scroll through and see various items. So for example, this accounts.zip looks of interest, so I'm going to put a check mark next to it. I'm going to go out to Graphics and again click on List All Descendants. And as I look at this, this looks like perhaps the stolen design of a boat, of a kayak. So we're going to select these. You can now go up to Tools and click on Create Bookmark. The bookmark name will say Possible Intellectual Property Files. Bookmark comment, Possible Evidence of Intellectual Property Theft. Oops. And then I want all checked items. So notice the accounts.zip and then both pictures which I had checked are there. I'm going to say Include and Report. And just in case these were sent via email, I'll say include parent of email attachments and then click OK. Now we'd like to generate our report. Go up to File, Report Wizard. You've already entered in a lot of your company information, so that will show up here. And we want to include the investigator information in our report, so click Next. For our bookmarks, I'm going to say yes, include only the bookmarks marked Include in Report. And then we'll select the first two items under including thumbnail images, and then I'll just go ahead and click Next. For the bookmarks, you can add as many file properties as you like. We're going to accept the defaults and click Next. For the graphic thumbnails, we'll accept the defaults and we'll just keep clicking Next. When you get to supplementary files, if you, for example, were keeping a daily journal of what you had done on the case, you might want to add that here. And then we're going to include the case log in our report, and if we had the HTML file listing, we would also include that. Hit Next and then hit Finish. Notice before you hit that it will create a folder called Export, and that's where you'll find your report. It'll take a few minutes for that to generate. Then it'll ask, do you wish to view the report? You will click yes, and that will bring up the browser. So notice your FTK case report. So notice you have your basic case information. Over here on the left, you can scroll down. You can select your case log. That's going to show everything that you've done in that case. You could actually look at the Microsoft Access database that is generated, and then you can look at your bookmarks. And notice the ones that were graphics were actually exported as well. We can close that out. And that is how easy it is to find files of interest and generate a report using Access Data's Forensic Toolkit.